Welcome to selfdiscoverymedia.com, where we discover the communities that are making a difference in the lives of others. Our self-discovery is something we are all making on our life's journey. Here you will find the people that will be your guidance, that will be your inspiration, that will be there for you in support on your journey of life. Do enjoy. Our next show is... Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Sarah's View of Life, right here on selfdiscoverymedia.com. I'm your host, Sarah Troy. What's in your way? We all got blockages. We all have something that's stopping us from moving forward. We all know we need to move forward. Change is inevitable. It's futile to fight against it. But how do we move forward when we have something that's in our way? I have just done a wonderful show with Dawn Arsenault on this week. She's a hypnotherapist, and we talk about the blockages that are constantly in our way. And I have Nadine here too with her wonderful show coming up next week, where we talk about our personality traits of understanding, where we're working from. Are we kinesthetic, cognitive, communicative? What is our trait? Because that will dictate how we listen, how we learn, and how we interact with people. It's also how we look at our blockages. Blockages are something that if we don't attend to, grow. And it's like a wart that keeps growing, or a tumor that will keep growing unless unattended, a hernia that will keep growing unless you nip it in the bud when it's small. Things that we don't address will grow out of proportion and then become something that's detrimental to us. So we have to first stop and ask ourselves, what's in our way? Is it my mindset? Is it my heart set? Is it my approach to things? Is it society's dictation? Everybody else telling me how I should do things, how I should be, what I should do to be a success, what success really is. And with all of that chatter around, sometimes we can't even see the blockages because we don't understand that listening to the chatter is a blockage in itself. We are spending our lives, wasting our lives, living up to those other expectations of what we should be, how we should behave. Now, there's a common denominator of how we should behave in respect of self, in respect of others, always authentically, and always with kindness and love. Other than that, if I am different to you, if I do things differently to you, if I see things differently to you, that shouldn't be a judgment from you to me. It should be an acceptance of this is the way I do things. You may do things from that angle. Neither one of them is wrong. They're just a different approach. So when we can get out of our way of having to live up to somebody else's expectation, which is an illusionment most of the time, something that we cannot reach and we're not meant to reach, when we can face that truth, we can then go, okay, what is blocking me? How do I remove it? Whom do I go to remove it? Dawn's hypnosis can help you. Nadine's personality understanding can help you. So can many, many, many others. But something we have to understand is that we can't always do it ourselves. We may not recognize what is that one thing that we keep tripping over, or that keeps pushing us back, or stops us from taking the right path, from finding our courage or strength. And having another expert look at you from another angle, they can see something that is blocking you that you didn't even know that was there. So yes, our self-discovery is important. Self-analysis is important to a point. But that self-analysis, is it coming from the inside out or from the outside in? We may have blockages that's ancestral from our DNA, a family trait that we always end up doing this instead of that, one generation after another. We could have past life blockages, things that we didn't resolve in past lives that we need to resolve in this life and let go so that we can move forward in this journey, this life's journey. It is very important that we understand that if things aren't working for us, that we have to do something to put them right. Moving forward, moving anywhere, the wind moves forward. The water is constantly moving. The blood and oxygen in our body is constantly moving. Moving is imperative. Getting into the flow, getting into the rhythm of life, getting into the right vibration. And if we have something that stops us from doing that, from being in flow, from being in continuity, from being in something that we know comes from the soul and the heart of us, the passion and the conviction of us, then we need to address it. That means do your due diligence. Believe me, I have got many a soul here in Self-Discovery Media of past shows that can help you unblock. Many people with different techniques, but it's up to you to listen to them and find out, is this person speaking to you? Can you feel them? When you find a connection with someone after listening to them, you go, you know what? I know this person can help me. We're on the same vibe, or I like their vibe, and I know I'm open to receiving what they have to offer. But we're not meant to do it alone. That is the key thing. There's so much work we do alone, but there's so much that we have to be open up to receiving. Help is one of them. Help from others. It isn't a sign that you're weak. It's a sign that you're strong. You understand your weaknesses, and you understand you can't do that, so you need to delegate it to someone else, so you need to ask someone's advice on how to do it. You understand that this is your strength, that isn't. So who can help you with that, because that's their strength? Blockages come in so many ways. Ancestral, past life, DNA, most certainly life experience, trauma. But where's the desire? If the desire is strong enough to move forward, if the desire is like, I'm tired of living in this blockage and I want to remove it, I want to move forward, I want to do something else, then let that desire be stronger than anything else, because that desire will help you seek out the people and the help you need to deblock. A dam blocks the water from overflowing on the valley and drowning everyone out. And I know that for some people, the fear of opening up the Pandora's box is going to be something that you can't put a lid back on. And you know what? You don't want to put the lid back on. Take it from my own experience. You open up that Pandora's box and you face what's in there. You deal with what's in there. You come to terms with what's in there and you release the hold it has on you. You can leave that lid wide open now. It doesn't matter anymore. You don't need to bury it. You don't need to be afraid of it. You faced it. You faced that challenge and you are okay because of it. So leave it open. It's not going to hurt you. You have triumphed over it and you've moved on and you're stronger for it. That's what facing our challenges is all about. That's what facing our blockages are all about. Facing those times, those movements, those particulars that are holding us back. So I want you right now, go to your mirror, sit down, grab a cup of coffee, glass of wine, whatever is your favorite. Have a good deep breath. Do that 2 or 3 times. Centering yourself. Last breath. Line your chakras. Now take a look in that mirror or that Zoom and say to yourself, are you being all you should be? All you can be? Are you doing all that you're meant to be doing? From your agenda, from your heart, from your soul. And if you're not achieving it, what's holding you back? What is it that you have to face? Is it fear? Is it anxiety? Is it a needling feeling? How are you going to discern the feelings that come from the universe, that come through your soul, into your heart, into your spirit, into your mind's knowingness, from the worry and the anxiety that you have blocked there? The mind isn't going to be able to receive any wisdom, any direction, if the mind is constantly fogged up with a burden, be it anxiety, be it fear, be it fear is probably pretty well the dominant one, because we're afraid of facing, we're afraid of moving on, we're afraid of what this is going to do. So basically, it doesn't matter what you label it, fear is at the bottom line of it. How do you face that fear? How do you understand where that fear comes from? Is it something being imposed upon you that you've been taught to be afraid, being told you should be afraid? Or is it something you're just fearful of because it's unknown? Well, then step into your exploratory self. It's unknown. This could be exciting, this discovery, this self-discovery could be exciting. Well, what you're going to open up and who you're going to be. And are there going to be some streaks you look at and go, oh, I can get rid of that habit. That doesn't serve me or anyone else. And you can look at that one, you know, that one's been dormant. Why is it being laying there? Let it free. It's strong, it's enriching, it's abundant. Let it free. But until you're willing to have that dialogue with yourself and go, you know what? I'm having a problem with that issue. I just don't know how to let it go, or I don't know how to break through it. That's when you go seeking someone like the wonderful people I have here in Self-Discovery Media. And you ask them to help you with your problem. It's their service. It's their purpose. It's what they're here to do. They could chisel away at it and suddenly you're free of it. It's not holding you back anymore. It's letting you flow forward. And you can become what you are meant to become. You are meant to do whatever got in your way. Now, there is nothing, no obstacle that can stop you until you face something else along the line, which is lightly. But at the same time, you can deal with it, can't you? You know you can, because that's what you're here to do. So what is the thing that's stopping you from moving forward? What is the anxiety you have? I'll admit, I always have a money issue. I'd like to give everything away free, and I do, but that doesn't help me sustain myself or even the business. So I have to put a business hat on, but I can never seem to find a hat that works. So I have to seek the help, which I have in the past, and we've broken through a great deal as to why that money is an issue. Part of it, my kinesthetic self. Just money doesn't belong in the universe. It's all about energy, and I'm sharing energy, I'm exchanging energy. But we're still in the human realm, and we have to look at the practicality of things, and that's something I need to deal with. We've all got our issues. We've all got our obstacles. We've all got something that we need to break through on. But the first thing you have to do is look at, what is it? And if you don't know what it is, find someone who can answer that. Find someone who can help you. And that means listening. Yes, come and listen to all my many shows, 2,700 of them. You don't have to listen to all of them. Just cruise through the show genres and look at some of the titles or the people, maybe even listen just to a snippet of it and go, yeah, I want to hear more from that person. Or no, I'm not getting the vibe of that person. Because we've given you a wonderful orchard ready for picking. It doesn't mean you're going to pick from every tree. You're going to find the tree of the fruit that you wish to devour. So, first and foremost, recognize you have a blockage. Then, what are you going to do about it? Then, do something about it. Then, in your opening and your clarity, walk forward in that light. Because it's going to lead you on an adventure and a meaningful purpose that is extraordinary. Extraordinary and wonderful. So don't hold yourself back by obstacles. Be willing to go through them, face them, challenge them, delete them, and get the help that you need in order to do so. Okay. That's my show for this week. I don't know what I'm going to talk about next week. I never do. But if you have a topic you would like me to address, please drop me a line at info@selfdiscoverymedia.com. I have over 300 shows for you here on Sarah's View of Life. And they're always just my perspective of what I see or what I have been told I have to bring to the fore. You see, I've learned to listen to the universe. The universe speaks through my soul all the time. It resonates in my heart. It lifts up my spirit into action, and my mind will know what it needs to know, and it needs to know it. And that is a wonderful alignment. It's always my truth, because it's not just coming from my mind, it's coming from my very beingness, my universal and my human earthly beingness. If you want to find your truth, don't think it, feel it. Open up to the wonderful divine. Open up to your heart, your soul, and your spirit, and allow your mind to know what it needs to know when it needs to know it. Don't dictate. Let go of those expectations. Go with that flow, and you will see what wonders are lying in front of you. So have a wonderful week, folks. And this is a celebration for me. I have 3 years today in Victoria, BC, on Vancouver Island. And we talked about in our show with Dawn that knowing who you are is one thing, knowing where you belong is another. And Victoria, I really feel I belong here. It gets my vibe, it supports my vibe. It's got the wind, it's got the trees, it's got the water, everything I need. So sometimes in discovery of self, we will find out that I have now become this person, and this person doesn't fit in this arena anymore. So don't be worried about exploring other arenas, giving them a try and seeing how they fit, because we're not stagnant creatures. We're always meant to explore and move forward. I can root here. I can root here because I feel at home here. I feel it's supportive of my vibe for who Sarah is today. So, who are you today? Who are you going to be tomorrow? And where are you going to be? Face those obstacles, face those challenges, undo those blockages, and keep moving forward. Until next week, folks, have a wonderful week of self-exploration. Bye for now. We hope that you enjoyed the show. You will hear many, many shows here on selfdiscoverymedia.com. We have new shows for you out every week. Just find them on our podcast or What's New. If you feel that you have something to share that makes a difference in the lives of others, or you too feel that you could be a host, please contact me at info@selfdiscoverymedia.com, and we will be glad to speak with you. Have a wonderful day.